So hi, I'm Scott with ATS The Bridge, and this is the first part of a 4-part series on choices. And I suspect you don't know who this guy is. His name's Adam Brown. We're going to talk an awful lot about him. I want you to know that you should be striving for achieving goals. You should be setting goals and trying to work towards them. You're in high school, middle school maybe. It's not too early for you to start determining where do you want to be in life. And with that being said, sometimes with the best intentions, we can come to a hurdle or we can get distracted from our goal. The question to you is, what do you do when you're confronted with that hurdle? When you get distracted, when something doesn't work out the way you planned, what do you do? Adam Brown's going to show us exactly what to do, and he's going to show you how to overcome hurdles and distractions. Stay tuned and watch this. So let's take a deeper dive into Adam Brown's story. So we saw Adam Brown playing high school football. Well, later in life, he aspired to become, you guessed it, a Navy SEAL. Imagine overcoming obstacles to become a Navy SEAL. They say that 80% of the people who try out for SEAL teams never make it. He's one of the 20% or smaller that made it. If that wasn't enough, he had 12 years of duty in hostile environments. I think he had 8 or 9 deployments over the course of those 12 years and got the silver medal, the bronze medal, Purple Hearts. Imagine being deployed in those hostile environments that he saw and not only surviving but prospering. Pretty amazing. Also, he went on to become a Navy sniper. They say that the Navy sniper course, Navy SEAL sniper course, is one of the toughest sniper courses in our military. Well, he succeeded at that as well. And if that wasn't enough, he didn't just sit idle. He aimed even higher. Look at this. SEAL Team 6. He was in the teams already, but it wasn't good enough. He wanted to strive further, push harder. So he tried out for SEAL Team 6 and made it. And they say 50%, I think, of the people who try out for SEAL Team 6 make it. Well, know this, you've got to be a SEAL first, and they say 80% don't make that cut. So imagine how smaller of a cut it is to even become SEAL Team 6. Did he make it? Oh yeah, he made it. So what I'm trying to show you here is, here's a man who showed us by example the roadmap to success. Digging deep, aiming high, staying committed, and overcoming all obstacles and never becoming distracted. Okay, so let's dig a little deeper into Adam Brown's story. So here we go. We have Adam Brown, right? He makes it to the SEAL teams. And we talked about how hard that is, how many people try out and don't succeed. But let's talk about one of the hurdles he had to overcome. Did you know that he was a recovering addict? He had a substance abuse issue that he started in college and carried on into his young years. But imagine overcoming his addictions, and we'll talk more about that in a moment, but imagine coming over addictions and coming in and actually qualifying and making it to the SEAL teams. Okay, let's keep going. So Adam became a SEAL sniper, right? We talked about that briefly. And we talked about how many people try out for this and how hard that course is. In the military, it's arguably the hardest sniper course they have. But Adam made it. Let's look at another hurdle he had. In one of his incidents, in a Hummer, similar as one of these, he lost basically his right hand. His right hand was absolutely destroyed and they had to rebuild it. He was still able to go through and become a sniper and overcome these injuries. Imagine how hard that had to be. Imagine how hard the course was prior to having this other disability. You think that's the end of the story for Adam? Not even close. So here we go. He makes it to SEAL Team 6. Again, we talked about how many people try and fail to become a SEAL and how many fewer make it to SEAL Team 6. It's a hard feat all in itself. But look at this. In another training accident, he lost his right eye. They didn't think he could make it. They said there was no way you can make it to SEAL Team 6. He said, I'm absolutely going to make it. And he did. I'm showing you case after case after case with Adam Brown, how he aimed so incredibly high and hurdles kept popping up in front of him that would have taken out anyone. He's the only Navy SEAL in history to overcome any of these disabilities and make it to the performance level that he made. He gave his life for this country. But prior to that, look at what he went through to get to the level that he achieved. I'm challenging you right now. You think you've got hurdles? You think you've got tough times? When you think you're in the darkest place you can be, I want you to remember Adam Brown and remember how he dug deep and he overcame everything that was presented to him. Okay, so here we are back at Adam Brown's high school football field. And we've seen his successes, and we've talked an awful lot about those successes and some of the hurdles that he had to achieve, had to breach to reach those high goals that he would set. But let's talk about one of the biggest hurdles. Early in his life, he suffered from addictions. And that hurdle was the biggest, I think, in order for him to achieve, to get beyond, if that makes sense. So if we come back to high school, I think, and I don't know this for a fact, but I believe that in high school, he was an all-star. Everyone knew him. He was very popular. But he had an older brother, and his older brother was a better football player than he was. I got to believe that made a little bit of a mark inside. And so we start there, and then you graduate high school and you go on to college. And in college, there's a lot of people there, and not everyone knows who you are. You're a small fish in a big pond now. And so you go out for the football team, and you're not at the level of some of these other guys. You're not as well known here. It was much harder, and I believe for Adam, it made another mark inside, and maybe he didn't recognize that. But life changes when you graduate high school. When you get released to the world, things aren't always what you thought they were going to be. So let's say inside there were some things going on that maybe he didn't realize. So when someone comes and says, hey, try this, and you try it, and it makes whatever's going on inside of here feel better, right? There's a memory on the brain going, hey, next time I feel anxiety or depression, whatever it is, I want more of this thing because it fixes the problem, makes it go away. For lack of a better term, it works. It works temporarily, though. That's the problem. Oftentimes what happens is people think they take this drug and it makes whatever's inside go away, so it fixes the problem. It's the exact opposite. It makes the problem worse. Because over time, you're going to have to take more of the product, whatever it is, or change to other things to get any kind of relief. Because the body becomes immune to it. And you start making more and more bad choices, more and more bad consequences start building up, which makes your pain, whatever it is, that much bigger. Your body becomes accustomed to operating on this much of whatever drug. Well, now when it doesn't have it, the body starts kicking back going, I need more of that drug. So you take more of it thinking you're fixing the problem when in reality you're digging a bigger hole. And we've seen what that looked like briefly with Adam. That he went down a wrong path and he was going to the wrong source to get any kind of help from this internal struggle that was going on. And I'm talking to you right now. Every one of us has something that's going on inside. Some of it's a lot heavier than others. But I want you to know this. When you go down a wrong path and you go to a substance for that help, the end result oftentimes is catastrophic. We need to know where to go for help and we need to know how to ask for it. Adam found that. Luckily, he found a young lady who was a very, very strong in understanding what was going on here and helped him help himself. And the two of them worked together as a team. And he had a great support team around that as well. And he overcame it. It wasn't easy. It was extremely hard. And as a result, he had a great family and he reached all these huge goals of becoming a SEAL Team 6 man. I mean, just imagine that. Imagine all of the hurdles he has overcome in his life. It's crazy. But he almost missed it. Had he not got back on the right path, and that path is so easily mistaken for the right one by taking something, thinking it's going to fix a problem when in reality it does the exact opposite. I hope you learned something really important today from Adam Brown, and I want you to look at this. Look at these pictures. This is Adam Brown at the height of his career. I mean, just absolutely winning, and just what a great role model he was for so many people. Look at the top picture up here. See those kids? He's in a war zone, guys. He told his wife, he said, "You send care packages over to me. I want you to quit sending me stuff and send shoes for children, because the children over here have no shoes." I think his church got together 500 sets of shoes and sent them over. And so he was on a battlefield caring for kids. What a great role model. What a great man. And he didn't get there easily. It was hard work, and it was dedication, and it was clear focus. But look at some of the great things he did. Not only did he make it to SEAL Team 6 and was a great father and a great husband, but he was a great human being. What a role model. These pictures are amazing. What I haven't told you is in 2010, we lost him. And it almost chokes me up to tell you this part of the story. But they went into a hot zone, and they knew they were going to take action. They knew it was not going to be good. And they got in there and they started taking fire. And they were pinned down, and they didn't think they were going to live. They didn't think they were going to achieve that mission, and they didn't think they were going to live. What did Adam do? Adam dug deep, and he sacrificed himself to save his team. And it's just a remarkable story. And right here's a book called Fearless, because that's what people who knew Adam said he was. They said he was utterly fearless. I'm only giving you the tip of the iceberg of his story. I challenge you to go find this book and go read this book. I assure you it will change your life. But I think he gives us a great roadmap of what success looks like and how digging deep, what digging deep will actually do for you. If you've reached rock bottom, can you come out? Oh yeah, he did. Can you achieve anything you want? He did. Great role model, guys. I'm talking to you right now.
Thank you for watching the first segment of our weekly awareness series on choices. We hope you learned from Adam Brown's example, and we hope to see you in week 2.